We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste it, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. I'll be cruising in.
What is going on, guys? So, something funny's happened today. Did not intend for this to happen, but if you can't tell what beanie I'm wearing, this is with Gasp Official or whatever it's called, but it's Gasp Apparel. Most of you had probably seen it if you followed anything involving Jailhouse Strong, Branch Warren, Sean Clarita, stuff like that, guys like that, because they work with that company. So I'm an ambassador with the company, but that's like, honestly, when you say you're an ambassador, you're a dime a dozen, because they have a huge ambassador program. But it's just a good way to get 30% off on a lot of their stuff. But what's funny is I apparently have been buying a lot of their stuff, because everything I'm wearing, save for my socks, shoes, and underwear, is from Gasp Apparel. I have my shirt, my tank top, and my pants. They're all from Gasp Apparel, as well as my hat, my beanie, which I just honestly find hilarious because it wasn't intentional. Like, I purposely put on the pants and I thought red and black would go good today for my chest days, because I like doing that. That's just kind of like the color getup I like to go for on my chest days. And then when it comes to tank tops, I don't really have any good tank tops that are not made by Gasp, so I just grabbed the first one I saw. So yeah, and they don't make socks from what I'm aware of, so I don't think I ever have to deal with making socks or wearing their socks, but they do make underwear. So if I ever see a reason to get their underwear, I might become that one guy who wears everything from Gasp. But anyways, like I said, today is bench day, so technically chest, triceps, and rear delts. Gonna be doing dumbbell bench today. Last week I got up to 80 on the dumbbell press for, I want to say it was 10 reps. I'm gonna go for about the same weight and just see what I can push it to today. If I can push it to 12 reps on that first set, I'll up it to 85. Or I think I might just do 2 sets of 12, and then if I can do that 2 sets of 12, I'll up it to 85 next week. And then after that, I'm moving on to barbell press, although I might do some decline, not gonna lie, because that kind of targets my chest a little bit better. But the whole point of that is it's just going to be slow and controlled tempo. So like 5 on the eccentric motion, so like 5 seconds down, hold for 2 seconds, and just explode up on the concentric. Excuse me. Pre's kicking in. And then after that, it's gonna be dips, which I'm working on, pretty much just working on form and technique right now, and I'm trying to get back to the point where I can do like high rep body weight dips. Because when you weigh as much as I do, body weight dips are hard enough. Like, there are all those guys who like are able to do weighted dips. They don't weigh as much as me. Like, my friend and I one time did a challenge where we wanted to see how much we can dip, and my friend weighed 160, I weighed 250, so I had 100 pounds on him. So by the time he did 2 plates, he was pretty much pressing the exact same amount of body weight that I was pressing with no plates. And I was able to do a plate for 2. He was able to do 2.5 plates, which I don't exactly know how that math works out, but I think it's like an extra 100 and something pounds. So I still technically beat him in terms of weight, but like he's able to do dips a lot easier than I am. So after the body weight dips, We're going to be moving on to chest flies. I personally prefer using the machines, just because that kind of allows me to be a lot more straight with the movement. So it allows a lot more concentration of the pecs. While if I'm using dumbbell, I don't know why, but I just have this tendency to kind of curve my arms in, which I don't really feel the squeeze as much as I would after that. And then finally, it's just going to be chest press machine, working pretty much not 5 sets, but trying to get 100 reps in as little sets as possible. So, but with a weight that you can hit about 20 reps on. So like, for example, if you were to start off with a weight that you can hit 20 reps in, you do that. You'd rest 10 seconds and push forward, try to get another 20 reps, and then you'd continually do that. And after you hit 3 sets, you would drop the weight by half that and just continuously burn. And that's a tough thing to do. Matter of fact, when I did that on leg press the other day, it literally just effed me up so mentally, because I got like, I don't know, like I want to say head rush, but not. Like I just felt all the blood leaving my head, and just like I just had the biggest migraine of my life for like the next day and a half. Like it was miserable. So yeah, so that's pretty much going to be the workout. I'll also incorporate some back movements to warm up, just because if I don't, usually I get a little messed up. And then I'll also be incorporating some ab movements, just because when it's in the off season, you got to train as much as you can. So not really much else to talk about. I will be going to my friend's bodybuilding competition, not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, let's get to the workout.
Well, the gym's crowded, which is to be expected. Anyways, working out, so let's do this.
guys. So I just wanted to make some quick commentary on what this bench press is. This bench press is going to be just a tempo bench with a 5-second descent, about a 2-second hold, and then it's just an explosion upwards. This is just working towards controlling the weight and being able to get it up as quickly as possible. I can definitely tell after I saw this video when I was doing the workout that I was going a little quickly, so I believe during the second set I made sure to slow it down a lot more. And the whole point of this is just so you learn to have complete control during the descent, and it also increases the amount of muscular breakdown, which when you recover will lead to more maximal muscle growth, which is my primary goal of this off season, because during this off season I'm not really trying to get stronger per se. Obviously I'd love to get stronger and progressive overload will let me, but the whole point of this is just increase the amount of muscle mass I have, because the more muscle you have, eventually the more weight you'll be able to push, because of the fact that you have more usable mass, because mass does move mass, but if it's all fat, it's not really going to do you any good. Alrighty, so then the next thing that I'm doing is I'm doing dips, specifically assisted dips. The reason I'm using this machine instead of just a band or anything like that, besides the fact that there aren't really any bands at 24 Hour Fitness, so heads up if you haven't been to one yet. But the reason I'm using the machine is because the machine keeps the tension constant while lightening the load. Because I'm 250 pounds and I have this set to about 40 pounds right now, so that's about a 200 pounds for about 6 to 8 reps. And the reason I like this over a band is because of the fact that the tension throughout the rep is constant. Renaissance periodization has actually talked about this with a lot of banded exercises, where with the dips and the pull-ups, you really can't get a lot of tension used when you're at the bottom, because the bands eliminate most of that, while this machine keeps the weight more or less constant throughout the entire rep. So I highly recommend this, especially if you are a little bit heavy and maybe can't do dips yet.
Alright, so the next exercise is supposed to be chest supported rear deltoid rows, so elbows more at the side versus near my hips. Unfortunately, every bench here is taken. Unfortunately every bench here is taken, and all the machine for rows and the way I'm trying to do it are taken. So I'm just going to be doing some controlled incline rows, because I've actually, not incline rows, controlled Smith machine rows, because in my experience that's definitely helped with control and just making sure to contract the rear deltoids. Okay, I was not feeling it even a little bit on those. A bench just opened up, so I'm just going to be doing them with dumbbells, because while I felt them in my back, I was feeling them more in my traps than my deltoids. So yeah, so the more you know. He plays basketball at that 24 Hour Fitness that I go to. So ended up not really being able to record that, but anywho, workout went pretty well. Wasn't necessarily happy with the last burner set because the machine I usually like to use was taken. So I ended up just trying to go to failure on the hammer press, which is a different movement entirely. And the thing about push days and bench days that I struggle with is just I struggle with chest activation because I have never had a good chest. Like my chest genetics are horrible. Like a good example is when I was 14 and I just stepped into the weight room in high school, I was 14, like just turned 14, like as I entered high school. Or like about 3 months into high school, I had just turned 14. So what happened was as I went into the weight room for wrestling, some sophomore was like, hey, you're with me, because I was one of the big guys. I was a 180 pound freshman, but I had no muscle on me. I had some okay legs, but I had no muscle on me. And guy was like, all right, we're benching. I had never benched before, so I tried the bar, didn't know what to do, and then he slaps on a 10 because he's like, all right, you don't know what you're doing. I did 3 reps with 10s on each side. So I've made progress in terms of benching, but I started from such a low point that it's so hard to just keep on building up. So that's the whole point of this off season. The whole point of this off season right now is just to work my butt off into building up my weak points so that when I compete, I don't have to rely on my strongest lift to get me where I need to go. I can rely on all of my lifts to consistently be where they need to be. So that's the point of this off season. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, don't forget to email me. Any questions? I'm planning on starting a little bit of a coaching email blast once I get my coaching website set up. And then after that, if y'all are interested, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. This has really helped out. I'm almost at 300 subscribers right now, and the goal is 1,000 by the end of this summer. So if y'all can help that, I would really appreciate it. And if you're curious about this series with the Road to National series, there's going to be a link to the playlist. Should be right here by around the end of this video when I'm speaking about this. So make sure to check that out, and you can go all the way to the beginning of this series because I've been working my butt off on this series and making sure it comes out trying to make sure it comes out within once every week. I'm trying to make it twice a week, but with work schedules, it can get a little difficult. But hope y'all enjoyed the video. Post-workout burps, they're real. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I hope y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you.